So Apple Intelligence, Google Gemini, Galaxy AI, what are the differences? Let's just slow down and take them apart feature by feature. Let's start with the text features. So we have summary baked in, all of them in one way or the other. Apple's iPhones can now summarize large text from your notes, your emails, or if you open a web page in reader mode in Safari. On Google's Pixel phones, summary is only available in Gmail right now, but if you do call up Gemini and paste the text into it, I guess you can ask it to summarize for you. Samsung's Galaxies were the first phones to bring summarizing baked into the software, so it's in the Samsung Internet and the Samsung Notes app. And it's my favorite feature. You can take a long article, ask it to summarize, and it generally does a great job of boiling it down to like 5 to 7 points. All of these can transcribe a voice recording, so you can record a meeting, then tap anywhere on the text and it will fast forward to that place in the recording. However, the Google AI and the Galaxy AI can summarize that transcription, so with just a glance you can see what was talked about in that meeting. Now, Apple and Google both have the service to record your voice calls, and then the AI can export a summary of the voice call in a separate note. This is useful for when you're setting up a date and time during a voice call. You don't need to look for a pen and paper, just open up the summary later. Now, the Galaxy AI does not have that feature yet, but Samsung has one unique feature, which is live translate in a call. Now, we've tested it and it's not perfect, it's slow, it's sometimes not accurate, but it's a live translator in your phone. So Apple and Google have the smart reply option. Whenever you get an email or a message with an inquiry, the AI will make sure to compose an answer and then make sure that you answer those questions. The iPhone can do it in both email and messages. Google's Pixel can only do it within Gmail right now. Samsung's Galaxy AI does not have an auto-reply, however, you do have the AI composer baked into the Samsung keyboard, meaning you can compose text within any app. You're not limited to a stock email or stock messages app. You can ask both the Apple Intelligence and the Galaxy AI to rewrite your email or your text message. Apple can rephrase it into a friendly format or professional sound or a more concise format, and Samsung has more choices of professional, casual, social, polite, and even an emoji heavy style. Now, technically the Pixel does not have the rewrite option baked in. However, you can call up ChatGPT, paste the text into it, and then ask it to rewrite it in many more styles. It just takes an extra step to then copy it from ChatGPT and back to your original app. That's about everything that has to do with text. Now, what about images? So with iOS 18.2, Apple has the Image Playground and the Image Wand coming to iPhones and iPads. Image Playground is just a text-to-image generator. The Pixels have the same with the Pixel Studio. However, the Pixel Studio still cannot generate images with people in them. We assume Google is being super protective about any possible misuse. And Samsung is the most limited of the three. There is no text-to-image generator here. You do have a sketch-to-image, so you can draw something with the S Pen, something rough, and then it can transform it into an actual painting in a few different styles, but it's much more limited. Apple also has the visual intelligence, which lets you use the camera to make the phone look at something and then either ask ChatGPT what that is or perform a Google image search automatically. The difference is that ChatGPT will be more descriptive. It will talk about the shape you're looking at, not necessarily if it's a product. And the Google image search will just find exactly what that is on the internet. Of course, the Pixel has Google Lens, which is the exact same thing as Google image search, but also circle to search with Google, which means you can circle any object on your screen. You could be looking at a picture, a Facebook post, whatever, and it will try to look for that thing on the web. And the Samsung Galaxy has the same things. They are a part of Android. On to the first unique thing about the Apple Intelligence, and that's Genmoji. Genmoji? Genmoji, GIF, GIF. In case all of the emoji that are available right now are still somehow not enough to express yourself, you can actually generate an emoji. So it's basically a text to image generator, but it specifically makes the pictures in small emoji format. Since we're talking unique features, here's the Pixel's first unique feature, and that's Add Me. It's a mode within the camera app, so say you're in a group with 3 or more people and you want to take a group shot, but there's no one to hold the camera. One of you goes to take the picture, then another one comes in and takes their place. The original person goes back into the group, and the new cameraman will see an augmented reality layer of the old photo. They will tell you stand there, and then take another photo. And the Google AI will stitch them together, and it will look as if your entire group was together during the taking of the picture. Apple's iPhones are finally getting the cleanup tool, which is a generative eraser, or to be more precise, point at anything in a photo, it will delete it and it will try to regenerate the background behind it. Now, you probably know that the Pixels have had the Magic Eraser for what, 2 years now maybe, and so have the Galaxy phones, though on the Galaxies it's no longer called a Magic Eraser, it's just a remove tool. Now the Pixel is excluded in this next one. It's a favorite feature of mine on both the iPhones and the Galaxies. You can tap and hold on any object in a photo and then just lift it from the photo and turn it into a sticker with a transparent background, easy for making YouTube thumbnails or funny posts or whatever. But now on to some more unique features in the Pixels. Most of these are old and Google doesn't market them as the new AI, but they are pretty much AI powered. You've got photo on blur, which, as the name suggests, will attempt to remove the blur from any photo, even if you upload an old photo taken with an old camera. There's the new reimagine feature where you can tap on an area of a photo and ask the AI to replace it with something else, like replace the sky with lava or the ground with autumn leaves. And then there's the best take feature, not new. In a group photo, it will take the facial expressions from a few different pictures, then stitch them together so everyone looks their best during that specific group photo. Apple also has some unique features for photos coming specifically for the Photos app. Now, you know how these create automatic movies from time to time to give you memories like your last summer or your trip to Barcelona or whatever. Now you will be able to generate these by specifically telling the AI create a memory from last summer in Spain and add rock music to it, and it will do that for you. Also, Apple's Photos is getting a more precise search. For example, I should be able to ask it to show me pictures of me without a beard in Spain, and then it will look for those specific conditions. Now, both of these can also search for people, objects, locations, facial features, but it can't combine them in such specific terms. And now moving on to the more general AI features that have come to these phones recently, or are coming. For example, Siri is not yet upgraded, should happen sometime early next year, but it should become much more contextually aware and understanding, so you can directly ask it about stuff that's on screen, stuff that you've been talking about thus far, and it should be able to take actions within apps and across apps. Now, what that means is call me an Uber to take me to my date, and Siri should be able to look into your calendar and then also go into the Uber app and connect the dots. Further, ChatGPT integration is also coming for more elaborate text generation, so it can compose like full emails, and also image generation. So aside from the image playground, which is kind of limited, you will also have the ChatGPT option here. And lastly, and this is also a favorite of mine, again it's coming early next year, you will be able to ask Siri about specific how-to questions about your phones. Now, I've tried this so many times on all of these assistants, like sometimes I forget, sometimes I don't know how to do something, and I'm like, okay, maybe Google's super smart assistant can tell me how to take a screenshot. Okay, it can do that, but something within settings. So Siri should be able to make elaborate how-tos for your iOS experience. Now, Google's Gemini is the default assistant and it's generally as smart as ChatGPT, so it doesn't need any external integrations, wink wink. But you can't ask it more elaborate how-to questions regarding the phone, and it doesn't reach within apps to activate features, at least not yet. Bixby, poor old Bixby, is unchanged, though I will say it does feel smarter over the past 9 months or so. It's still the only assistant that I have gotten to reliably remember where I park my car, but other than that, no new features or upgrades have been announced for it. Here we have a couple of unique features for the Pixel's Gemini. Now, firstly, we have the Gemini Live module, which means you can start up a more conversational style with the assistant. What's the difference? Well, it will remember the whole context of your conversation. It still feels like you're shooting a series of queries at it and it's performing quick searches, but it's using the context from what's being said so far. So you can use it to brainstorm gift ideas, shopping lists, travel locations, or to just ask it about the meaning of life, though it hasn't given me a straight answer yet. Another exclusive feature, you can now create an automatic list within Google Keep, which is Google's note-taking app. Now, interestingly enough, Google Keep is available on other Androids, but no, this feature is Pixel exclusive. So you tap on generate a list, you say like a keto-friendly diet for a week for one person, and it should give you a shopping list for that week. Unique features on the iPhone. The new notifications are awesome. So it will bring up the priority notifications that are time sensitive at the very top, so you reply to them first, obviously. But also there is a new focus mode, which is called reduce interruptions. It will silence the iPhone entirely, but if the AI detects that the notification is important and again time sensitive, then it will ping you. And by the same logic, there is a priority mail AI, which again pulls up the more important emails to the top. Google has the new Screenshots app, which is actually surprisingly extremely useful. So anytime you take a screenshot to remember something, you know that screenshot's gonna get lost, and then you go digging for that thing that you screenshotted like 2 weeks ago. So the Google Screenshots app will automatically collect any and all screenshots you take on the device, and then it will use on-device AI to write a quick text summary of what's on the picture. So then you can just search for it using words like my home screen or that camera I was looking at or whatever. There's also a new AI weather report within the weather app, which is basically a summarization at the very top. If you want the full info, you can still scroll down just like in a normal weather app. Samsung's Galaxy AI, well, it's starting to fall behind here on the unique features. So first of all, we have the Flex Cam, which is for the Z Flip 6. So when you put the Z Flip 6 in a half folded state to use it as a hands-free selfie maker, it will detect how far you are from it and zoom in for that perfect hands-free selfie, which is barely AI at this point, but hold on, there's another one. There's also Flex Window for the Z Flip, Z Folds, which when you're using the Translate app shows you one side of the conversation on one screen and the other translation on the other screen. Again, I'm not sure that's exactly AI. The Translate app itself may be, but using the two screens, nitpicking. And last but not least, I would like to list out some Google AI features which haven't been marketed as AI in a while because they were released long before this whole AI craze became a thing. So we have call screening unique to Pixels. So whenever you receive a call from an unknown number, the assistant will pick up, ask what it's about, relay the message to you via text, and then you choose if you want to pick up. Direct my call, when you're calling an automated line that goes press 1 to do this, press 2 to do that. The Pixel will immediately tell you which number to press to go wherever you need to go. Hold for me, again, on that same automated line. If you're waiting for a human, you don't need to just hold the Pixel up to your ear for 45 minutes while waiting. Let it lie on the table. Whenever the customer service person picks up, you will be notified to finally start the call. Reserve with Google, you can actually ask your Pixel phone to call a business and reserve a spot for you. And Clear Calling, which is an awesome noise reducer for the other person. So if you're talking with someone who has a lot of noise on their end, your Pixel will try to actually clear that noise out, boost their voice so you can hear what they're saying. And that about does it. So they cover the basics, but they do have their own unique features. The Pixel has the most of them, so I guess this is the smartest smartphone right now. And the Galaxy is falling behind a bit, but who knows what this January will bring. Now, a lot of the Apple features are promised but not yet released, so we're not expecting any surprises until March, whenever the last Apple Intelligence drop happens, and after that we may see something new come to the iPhones. That was it. Hope I helped you. I definitely needed to make this list for myself because all of these AI features were getting ridiculous. Thanks for watching. Drop a sub, a like. I'll see you next time. Peace.